upon your lips. I'm waiting.
Amelia.
Do it again.
Amelia.
And again.
Amelia.
My friends, we're here today to talk about my status as an assassin exceeds the heroes, and we're talking about episode 4 today, and Amelia and her sister, Kika. And essentially, this episode can be summed up as her sister, Kilika, had a sister complex. She's felt ignored, felt ostracized, and her sister Amelia was the up next queen, like the up next leader to lead the elf people. And she's felt a certain way about that for quite some time. So what she decides to do is use her mesmerize ability. Basically, it's like a charm ability, and decides to charm everybody around her into believing that Amelia is evil and that's the plague. And she almost got her sister legitimately, like for real, like almost killed. Like her sister almost legitimately died. If it wasn't for Akira, she would have in fact died. Now Akira or her, they go back to the elf village, and Akira calls her out. He looks her in the eye. Charm ability doesn't work on him. Dad comes back in the picture. We find out that Kilika had her memory suppressed. Find out that she's the bitch. Find out that she got her friend killed. Her friend's been in love with her. And he wasn't under mind control. So he's been protecting her and doing her bidding because he loves her. And he didn't give a F about Amelia whatsoever. He's like, oh, you want her dead? Bet. She dead then. He didn't even give it a second thought. No, nothing. So that's a whole thing. Then Akira's like, let me fight you for Amelia's freedom. So then he fights the sister under the dad's guise. He beats her, and Amelia's free to do whatever she wanted, but she could have done whatever she wanted anyways. But now her and her sister are back in kumbaya and all this stuff. And then they have this moment that they share with each other for whatever reason. And, they make up. Everything's all good. And the sister and her are back in their good graces, and everything seems to have just happened to work out. Now, the first half of the episode I thought was okay. The second half I was like, okay, this got wrapped up too quickly. I feel like I'm missing stuff. It just kind of felt like too gushy, and it wasn't really that good. Then the last part is Amelia and Akira's relationship. she's like, oh, say my name again. I'm like, it's a little, it just feel like we're missing stuff. And it's moving kind of quick. Overall though, I thought the episode was okay. I watched it in English, so that's a huge plus. I think it's really well animated. At the end, we saw the other heroes going to the Beast Continent. Akira's gonna go to the Beast Continent next. The sister stuff I thought was fine. It was fine. But the first half of the episode I thought was a lot better. I don't know. Just the sister gushy stuff I thought was just a little weird. The cat is definitely the best character. The cat Yoru is definitely the best character. Comedic relief. And then the fight between her sister and Akira was well animated too. The show's beautiful. You can't take that away from it. The show is a beautiful show. And I guess Amelia being there for fan service doesn't really hurt. So yeah, I don't know. My stats as an assassin, it was an okay episode. I'm not exactly going to go, scream it to the rooftops. I'm not going to go tell everybody to go watch it. But I think if we're watching, I think we're having an okay experience. And because it's dubbed, it does elevate it a little bit more. So where I normally would end up at a 6 out of 10, I would give this a 7 out of 10 just because it was more watchable. I didn't really have to really lock in and pay attention. But I think the show has some faults. And I feel like the pacing's a little odd. I feel like the quickness to get to a resolution is a little odd. And Amelia and Akira's relationship, I just feel like we skipped stuff there. And I'm not quite sure how to feel about that. So, yeah. I think the episode was okay, but I don't think it is anything to write home about. So, you guys let me know what you thought in the comments down below, my friends. But I'll see you guys next week for episode number 5 as we continue our adventure. I've been very up and down with this show, but I would say it's not a bad watch. I don't think we're wasting our time. I just think that it has potential to be and do a lot more. All right. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.